What's up YouTube? Back from my trip. Let's go hit a dial, do my morning routine. As you can see, the raw products are out. Every morning, this is what I do. Fun fact, today is the start of the 20% off sale. So all protein powders on Raw website is now 20% off using my code JEFFG. Raw, I'm telling you, if you guys are gonna get your protein, a lot of you guys complain about like stomach aches, talking about like my stomach doesn't feel like it's digesting properly. This sports informed protein powder is the one to go with. So you could go get the grass-fed whey isolate. This is the one to do. As you can see, sports informed and all the good stuff. So this is the stuff that I've been taking religiously when it comes down to the protein powders. There's obviously really good flavors on the other side, but in terms of digestion and all that, this is my go-to. Today's video is gonna be a Hyrox beginner workout, highly requested one in the DMs. So when it comes down to choosing what topic I'm gonna be talking about during my YouTube videos or what we're gonna record, I really look at my IG DMs to see if someone's gonna be like, yo, do this video or do that video. And also my broadcast channel. If you aren't a part of it, please join that. I typically go on a week-to-week basis giving you guys a Q&A on like what I should be talking about next. As you know, I've done a few races already. I'm a coach as well. I help people prepare for races, make a transformation. And the one thing is people are like, oh yo, I need to prepare for a Hyrox race. Like, what do I have to do? It's like straightforward. Build up your aerobic base, spend more time on feet, and learning the stations, mastering them. It's a big running race, not just like one specific station, but you need to be a very good runner in order for you to be a very successful Hyrox athlete. There you go. Anyways, but yeah, we're gonna go do that workout today. We'll start off with my pre-workout stack. I'm gonna have my essential performance for focus and that juice, and then raw fuel for some carbs and electrolytes. I just got back from my trip in Miami. I was gonna actually post that video today, but I don't wanna rush that when it comes down to editing. So I wanted to just take my time and post that next week. But it was a successful dial trip. Next week's video, I'm gonna explain more what a dial trip is. In shorter words, the boy just worked out all week, trained hard, did a lot of recovery. I'm ready for this week and getting back on program. And yeah, we're gonna kill it. Grabbing my shoes, I'm gonna do a little fit check for y'all. Also, the reason why I'm breaking down which shoes I'm gonna be using. For a lot of you guys, if you're a beginner and watching this video, when it comes down to Hyrox, I've said it in previous videos, but if you're new on here, you wanna choose a shoe that you could run your fastest in, right? So if you're also doing a Hyrox workout, especially if it's just Hyrox specific, so you're doing stations, you're going back and forth with the runs, you wanna choose a fast shoe. So today I'm gonna choose the On Cloud Boom Strikes. So I have these. When it comes down to race days, I also use my Puma Deviate Elites. I'm gonna use Gina's pair because I can't find mine right now. But these are our race day shoe. This is honestly the best grip, really speedy shoe. I find that a lot of times people are on social media, they're like, oh, you gotta choose a shoe that's very stable. But the more I watch it, the more I see like these elite athletes race, they just wanna have a fast shoe. When it comes down to stability, that's on you as an athlete to actually be in proper condition to make sure you're not wobbling left, right, and center. You guys have been seeing me, if you can follow me on Instagram, really use this. When it comes down to grip for the sled push, this ain't it. I swear to you. I love these shoes. These are incredible. One shoe I do want to try out, but I don't know if today's the day. Should I test these out today? Maybe I should. Have you seen anyone rock those during a Hyrox race? Look, you try it out. I think Loki tried out. Yeah. Putting the ons back in. They're incredible shoes though. I love these shoes, but I'm gonna try these. Shout out to Kicks Crew for sending me these. I posted this on Instagram and a lot of people are like, how the hell did you get those? Well, Kicks Crew helped me out. And Kicks Crew has been amazing because any shoe that I've been wanting to get and is not accessible in Toronto or in Canada, Kicks Crew has been managing to get it for me. So look at these guys. As to run is to live. These are the Adidas Adios Pro 4.
They're pretty much a speed version of the Evos.
Yeah. Oh no, not even.
Oh really?
The speed version of the Evos are like $800.
That's fucking never mind.
I don't know what they're made with, but apparently when it comes to speed shoes, you want to make sure when you're having the speed shoe, they're not worn every single day because there's carbon plates in them. For these Adios, there's rods. So you want to make sure like you're not using carbon plated shoes all the time because your foot's not naturally built that way. I'm wearing the Gymshark running short. So it has the built-in compression shorts, 5-inch, I believe 5-inch shorts. And then Gina got me this new Gymshark lifting cutoff, which is really dope. Looks like a material I've never seen before, but fits, little fit breakdown. And then the Adios. And then I'm gonna use something I just got recently, which is the OVO.
Hospital uniform?
Yeah, basically. The Trillium health jacket. But this OVO running jacket, so we use that as an overshell because Toronto's weather is super unexpected. You never know if it's gonna just start pouring rain. And then, yeah, the fit breakdown, Gymshark, OVO, and raw socks. All right, so now we just got to the gym. Home base, Unity Fitness out here in Toronto. So I'm gonna put you guys through the beginner workout and giving you guys the ins and outs. It's a running race. So primarily you wanna build up your endurance and build up your running speed and spending time on feet. Because if you're not spending your time on feet, come race day and you sign up for a race, your feet's gonna be like, what the hell is happening? And the most common issue that I notice a lot of people do is when they get into the race, they start running, their heart rate's up, and they've never experienced training at such a high heart rate, right? So threshold training is really important. I could give you that whole breakdown later on, but right now, this is gonna be a beginner workout, and it's gonna be great if you just wanna get into it, or if you just wanna have a badass workout. So, stay tuned. All right, so we just finished the dynamic warm-up. Dynamic warm-ups are key, obviously, because we get more out of our workouts when we're warmed up correctly. So just to break down what a Hyrox race is, it's primarily 8 kilometers of running in total. So each one is a certain amount of distance, certain amount of reps, and you just gotta do the stations efficiently. So we're gonna run you through it, right? So this beginner workout, what we're gonna do is it's gonna be a little bit station towards Hyrox race. I'm not gonna just tell you, hey, do everything on the race and that's gonna be your beginner workout. No, you gotta do building blocks to it. So that's why the way I'm gonna do it today is gonna be a better understanding of like, okay, this is how we should break apart the stations. You might be at a public gym similar to what I'm in right now. If I tell you, yeah, you have to run here on the treadmill, wherever it's located in the gym, and I have to go across the gym and go and do a sled push, yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna have to do. Those are the sacrifices you have to make when you're doing your workout. Is it a little bit inconvenient? Yes, but this is just the reality of things. You're not gonna have everything fit perfectly to your liking. All right, for circuit number 1, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on the treadmill and we're gonna go at a running pace. So for kilometers or miles, kilometer wise, for beginners, I would suggest going like 8 kilometers an hour, or when it comes to MPH, I would do 5 to 6. So first circuit, 4 minutes on the treadmill. After the 4 minutes, 2 minutes on the ski erg, and then sled push, 20 meters, and we're gonna repeat it for 3 rounds, 1 minute break in between each round. All right, and then take a full minute break once everything's completed. Moving on to the ski erg, before we go on it, we want to make sure we choose the right damper, and the damper is just right here. So a lot of times people go 10 because they want to be a hardo. I want to honestly keep it at a 7 to 8. Some people go lighter. All this is creating that resistance on how much airflow is coming in. So if you're doing 10, the resistance on the airflow is going to be a little bit tougher. So doing the pull is going to be a little bit more challenging. So what I like to tell my clients or myself, keep the damper at 7 to 8, or if you want to go extra easy, 3 to 4 is good. But today we're gonna do 7. And another thing, when you're doing the ski erg, when you're doing that initial pull like this, most of the time people are bending their knees too much, creating too much tension into their quads, and their quads start burning out. When it comes back to going back to the running's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Breaking down the form, when you're doing that pull down, when you pull down, focus on just hinging your hips. So focus on the hinge hip every single time, so your core is braced. So pull down, hinge the hips, go up and drive your glutes. As you bring your arms up, you're driving your glutes forward and just repeating that motion, all right? Really focus on engaging the lats too. It's not all just shoulders. You gotta engage the lats when you pull down and then back up. Engage the lats down and then back up. on to the next exercise in the circuit. We're gonna be doing the sled push. You're choosing the weight here. For me, I do 4 plates, which is 445s. And typically the sled that you have at your gym is about 45 pounds, or there's certain gyms that might be 20 pounds. So you just gotta make sure that you pick up the challenge. So 4 plates for here on me. For you, I would suggest 2 to 3 plates, or 4 if you wanna go above and beyond. So now we're gonna do 20 meters. So if you're at the gym, you're like, what the heck's 20 meters? I'm not gonna bring a measuring tape to the gym. Common. You wanna look at the floor here. So I wanna say this is the full meter. So 1, 2, and 1.5 feet. So my shoes are size 10. What I would suggest you doing is about 2 feet and just 1/2 foot. And that's gonna be measured off as 1 foot when it comes down to the measurements, okay? So we're doing 20 meters of this. So 20 meters one way, and then that's gonna be good. And then take that minute break and repeat the circuit. So when we're talking about the form for the sled push, a lot of times people hold it like this. A lot of times people hold it in this position. Those 2 positions are gonna fatigue you way too quick, especially come race day. So what I like to do is I like to get in between, just like that. For some females that do this, or some dudes who just don't have the wide shoulders, your best bet is gonna be in this position instead. For a lot of you guys who could fit into that sled, get in this position. Most of the time when people are doing the sled push, they're overlapping their feet, and that's a no-no, right? Overlapping your feet is a no-no. Overlapping your feet is like this. So the best thing to do is think that you have a left lane for your left foot, a right lane for your right foot. And you're gonna be staying on the balls of your foot the entire time when you're doing it. Staying on the balls of your foot, just like this, and pushing off every single time. It's okay to take a break once you get to a certain distance. There's no like high expectations. This is a beginner workout. So if you need to take a break, stand up, focus on breathing, and then go back into position. The biggest thing to why people quit is they get uncomfortable. And during a Hyrox race, if you're not familiar with it, your heart rate's blasting. It's a very uncomfortable state. So you gotta make sure that you're not dipping your body so low. You gotta still keep your chest upright. Because when you're keeping your chest upright, you're opening up your diaphragm, allowing more oxygen into your lungs. All right, so yo, another thing, this is gonna be a question that pops up after doing the workout. My shoes keep on slipping. So when it comes down to tying shoes, you have 2 loops here when it comes down to your running shoes. I always go to the very back, tighten that up. That way my foot doesn't go anywhere, it stays trapped in, and I double knot it, all right? So little tweak there. Circuit number 2, we're gonna do 4 minutes on the treadmill. We're gonna do 20 meters on the sled pull, but we're gonna do TRX rows with the sled pull, and then we're gonna do burpee broad jumps for 12 reps. So for this sled pull, this is when all of like the squats come in handy, the deadlifts come in handy, because when you're doing that pull, you want to stay in a squat position. So for these rows, it's not all upper body, it's full body, utilizing your legs for stability and keeping you grounded, and making sure you're pulling back with your legs rather than just your upper body. All right, so for the sled pull, we're gonna do the TRX, and I'm gonna do a form check for you guys so you guys don't do things incorrectly. You wanna pull enough that there's no slack. You're gonna get into a low squat just like this, arms extended, and you're gonna pull back. When you're pulling this way, make sure when you pull, your shoulders stay wrapped back, not rolled forward. So low squat, pull. Pull, and don't stand up until you get that full row. Full row, stand up, walk back, just like that. And it's gonna be 20 meters as well. Third exercise for this circuit, what we're gonna do is burpee broad jumps, my favorite. So when you're doing the burpee broad jump, you gotta make sure you're doing it efficiently. So the way it's gonna work, you start off in the bottom like this, and then instead of jumping up, what I want you to do is bring your feet up to your hands, jump, and right where your feet land, just in front of your feet, you wanna put your hands back down and get back in position. So every time you go up, step up rather than a jump. And that's how you do it efficiently. So we're gonna do that for 12 reps, just one way, or you could do 6 one way, 6 back, depending on how much turf and ground that you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be a turf, it could be just a regular rubber ground bottom. Circuit number 3. The first exercise we're gonna do in circuit number 3 are gonna be the walking lunges. So I'm gonna use this bar because it's mimicking the sandbag. That's gonna be laying on your shoulders. So when you're doing this, the biggest common mistake people do is they round their back too much. You're exhausted, you're about what? I wanna say 6 stations deep, 7 stations. And what you wanna focus on is keeping your form even when you're very fatigued. When you're lunging, you gotta keep your chest upright like this. Lunge down, step up, lunge down, step up. Take your time, make sure your form is there. When your form's not there, there's more opportunity for you to get hurt, and you're just gonna make yourself even more tired when you're not really as focused. Now moving on to the row erg. The row erg is exactly like the same as the ski erg when it comes down to a damper. So I'm keeping the damper set at 7. I'm gonna make sure I lock my feet in. So breaking down the form on the row erg, it's something that I'm also still learning as well, just because I'm a bigger dude, I haven't really mastered it. But one thing for sure, it's gonna be a lot of legs, okay? It's not just all upper body, it's not a regular cable row for bodybuilders out there. So when you're coming in, think about pulling your legs in. As you go out, pushing your feet into the platform, extend your legs out this way, okay? So pull in with your legs, push out with your legs. Now you got that for the lower body. Now what we're gonna do with the handle, your upper body's gonna follow the same thing with your lower. So when you pull, push, lean back with it. Go forward, lean back with it. Don't do one of these. That's what I did during the race, and it's because I was super tired and I wasn't coherent. But what you wanna focus on is extending, lean back, go forward. Rule of thumb, pull it just below your chest or pull to your belly button, okay? So pull, good? So you're gonna do this, you're gonna do the row erg for 2 minutes in this circuit. So moving on to the final exercise for the final circuit, we're gonna do wall balls for 20 reps. This one again, you're gonna utilize all those squats from the training sessions over to the wall ball. So I'm gonna break it down for you. So when you're squatting down, low right here, you're gonna throw up, but as you're catching it, you're already going down. So throw up, as you're squatting down, catch it to minimize that time and speed up your time, doing the wall balls. Sounds good? So you're basically doing a squat into a press in one motion, and you're gonna do that for 20 reps in this final circuit here. Give you guys a little breakdown of the entire workout. Circuit number 1 is a run, a ski erg, sled. Circuit number 2 is gonna be a run, sled pull, burpee broad jump. Final circuit is gonna be a run, walking lunges, row erg, and wall balls. 3 rounds each circuit. I want you to take a 1-minute break at the end of each full round and repeat it for 3 sets on each circuit. This is a good beginner workout for you guys. This is a good workout if you're trying to get into Hyrox. This is also a good workout if you're trying to get a good sweat in. I'm gonna do more of these
just because I want to make sure I educate more people as I'm a coach and making sure I'm giving you guys all those free resources to get a better Hyrox time. See you guys at the next one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.